Hello guys, what's up? Today's video is going to be a full face of e.l.f. cosmetics. Now back when I first started doing full face of one brand, this was a very highly recommended brand and I'm honestly surprised that I haven't done it yet. So I took this upon myself as an opportunity to do an insanely large e.l.f. haul, and I have a huge bag in front of me. So I went kind of crazy. I bought e.l.f. from Ulta, the e.l.f. website, and Target, and I kind of hunted down some of these new viral items that people have been raving about. So I'm really excited to try some of these out. It's going to be a lot of first impressions in this video. So in today's video, I'm actually partnering with a really cool platform called Sophie. Sophie is going to make it easier for you guys to shop content that you watch on YouTube. So if you're interested in any of these e.l.f. products I'm talking about, you can click the link in the description and in the cards. I'm going to leave it up here for you guys. You can watch my video and shop at the same time, and you can see exactly which product I'm talking about instead of having to dig through a bunch of affiliate links and read the description. I think it's really cool. It makes my life as a creator a little bit easier, and also as a viewer and customer. They are offering free shipping as well, so if you guys want to check it out, you know where to find the links. And thank you, Sophie, for partnering with me. I'm really excited for this video. Now let's dive in and start trying some of this new e.l.f. makeup. My skin is so dry today, you guys. I came back from a girls' trip to Florida last week, and the 14-degree weather in New York is playing games with my skin. My skin is not happy, so I'm hydrating throughout this whole tutorial. So I actually do have a little bit of moisturizer down, and I got a free sample from the e.l.f. website, but I also did purchase the full size of the Daily Hydration Moisturizer. So this is my base today, like my moisturizer of the day. I just got out of the shower, so there's nothing else on my face except for this Daily Hydration Moisturizer. So that is the first item that I picked up. And there's a lot in this hydration line that I'm interested in, especially going into the summer. But I think it's cool that the e.l.f. website had a little freebie. So I'm really excited for my primer of choice of the day. Now there's a bunch of primers from e.l.f. that I love. I feel like that's one of the categories that e.l.f. does best. Like I really love the putty primers, the luminous putty primer and the jelly pop primer. Jelly Pop, I've gone through many primers, but this is the Power Grip Primer, and I think that this is pretty much blowing up on TikTok right now, and hopefully with good reason. It was $10, I believe, which makes it a third of the price of the Milk Hydro Grip, which I think this is, you know, kind of trying to do. So I'm gonna apply this directly to a duo fiber brush, and I'm kind of gonna use a lot of it. I think this is like 3 pumps. Now over the years, I really feel like e.l.f.'s packaging has gotten nicer. Some of my first drugstore products ever were e.l.f. Cosmetics, which is where the nostalgia kind of comes from. And I don't know if any of you guys will remember these, but those potted lip glosses that were in like chunky packaging, and I think they smelled like vanilla. Those were my first e.l.f. products, and it was one of the first YouTubers I ever watched, one of the first beauty YouTubers, Megan or Chowbella XO, who recommended them. And they were only lip balms, but I swear that like opened the gate for me to love makeup. So I'm forever grateful for both Meg and e.l.f. Cosmetics for kind of opening my eyes to the makeup world. Okay, so we're pretty much primed. I'm just gonna let this sit while I do my eye makeup. One of my favorite products from e.l.f. is the Hydrating Creamy Concealer, and I think I'm gonna use one of these as my eyeshadow base. I have the shade Fair Warm and also Light Peach. So I think I'm going to use Fair Warm as my eyeshadow base, and then we'll come back to Light Peach when I do my face makeup. I'm really excited to do my brows, but I'm going to do my brows after my eyes are done, maybe even after my face makeup is done. I'm doing things a little bit backwards today, but I've got some new brow products that I'm really excited to try because there's a dupe, I'm hoping, for the Anastasia Brow Freeze, which is a very expensive brow gel, but I use it every day. So if I can find an e.l.f. dupe for that, I'm gonna be thrilled. So I'm gonna apply some of this concealer just directly to my lids. I'm sure that e.l.f. has an actual eyeshadow base, but that's one thing that I did not pick up. So for my eyeshadow, I have 2 of the bite-size eyeshadow palettes, which I have never tried. These are very affordable. They're $3 each. I got the shade Cream and Sugar and then I Love You Latte, which all neutral. But what I'm kind of hoping to do today is a little bit of the smoky wing that I've seen go viral on TikTok a little bit. So I'm probably going to be using tape, but I'm going to start off just by doing the crease work. The back of the palette says peel for a little pick me up, which is so cute. So I'm going to start with the lightest shade out of Cream and Sugar. I think this one really suits my eyelid as a transition. So I'm going to dip into that shade and just put it all over. Just setting the lid and getting a nice base down. So I'm gonna hop over to I Love You a Latte, and this shade that's next to the deepest shade I'm gonna use as a deeper crease color. The eyes are gonna be pretty simple at the end of the day. The trickiest part is gonna be trying to create eyeliner out of these eyeshadows. And then e.l.f. actually has stickers to use as like eyeliner tape, but I did not pick those up, so I'm gonna have to use good old-fashioned Scotch tape today. Okay, so we may deepen that up later, but I'm gonna get my tape situated. It's probably gonna take me a minute, and then we'll be back to do the liner. Okay, so zooming you guys in for the tape part, it's definitely like poking me in the eye a little bit. So we're gonna try to get through this fairly quickly. The dark browns are similar in these, but I think I am gonna use both. I'm gonna do the darkest one, which is out of Cream and Sugar, and then I'll go into the latte one for a little lighter, like a little bit of a blend. And for the tape, I just went along my lower lash line as a guide, just so that the liner's not too high up. So I'm picking up a random pencil brush, and we'll see if we can't fake some liner. I like to go out pretty far because I want it to have some drama. And I'm not doing a full, like I'm not dragging this eyeshadow all the way across my lid. Just about to the middle, like right above my pupil. Now this is my good side, so it always ends up looking better. Trying to build up the intensity over on this eye. And then I'm going to go in with the latte palette. I'm going in with the lighter brown. And just gently going over to lighten it up a little. I think I'm ready to peel. This could be satisfying. It could also be a disaster. So let's peel. Very clean. This one I don't think is as good, but it's not horrible. Ooh, not too bad. They're not perfect, but I like them. And I think it's gonna come together with like lashes and everything. So I have two e.l.f. mascaras. I think I'm gonna try this one. This is Big Mood, which I'm pretty sure is the newest. And then I have a mini Lash It Loud, but Big Mood is like kind of popular right now, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna try Big Mood. I'll come back to this if I feel like it. Maybe I'll come back to that for my lower lashes. Again, I feel like e.l.f. has really stepped up their packaging over the years. I'm really impressed by that. So let's just give it a little coat. That's just one coat. You guys probably can't see because of the liner or the light behind me, but it's not awful. I'm very, very, very picky with my mascaras. So not my favorite wand. I don't like a big fat wand. I like a skinny wand, but not terrible. I'm gonna pop on some falsies. You couldn't find these anyways if you wanted to. They're Halloween lashes from Kiss. So they're very dramatic and I'm feeling some drama. So I'm gonna pop them on and we'll be back to complete all the face makeup and the brows. And I'm still very excited for this. So I don't know about you guys, but a dramatic lash and a half wing and I feel like I could take on the world. Like I would be happy with this right here. But we're gonna continue. I noticed that this is still tacky, so that's nice. You can wait a while with the primer on and it's still gonna do its job. I bought this Jelly Pop Melon Glow set. It has a highlighter in it and it has the Jelly Pop Primer Mini. Probably not gonna use the primer, obviously, but I might use the highlighter. I haven't decided yet. Cute little Jelly Pop, and then this is the Jelly Pop Glow Stick, which I never tried when it first came out. Ooh, very glass-like. I might be using this today, but I wanted to share that. So I think I want to do a little bit of cream contouring because I got this new putty bronzer and the brush that goes with it. So this is the putty bronzer in the shade Tan Lines and the putty bronzer brush. And instead of doing traditional like foundation and then contour. I'm actually going to do contour first because I want it to be very natural looking. This brush is actually really cute and dainty. I feel like it would get into nice little small areas, like maybe the sides of the nose. I'm just going to blend this directly onto my face. I'm going to try to go higher than the traditional fish face hollow. The new trend is to go higher. Well, I wouldn't say trend, it's like a better technique. It's pigmented, but it's not like a streak of brown. This is gonna go under my other products, so I just want a little bit of a bronze look to my face. I'm very red right now. I'm not sure why. I don't know why I'm so red. Adding a little to the forehead, anywhere that I would naturally be sunburnt. So first impression's pretty good. It's very balmy, so it does blend very easily, but obviously I'm applying it to a bare face, so I don't know how it would blend over top of foundation, but first impression's actually pretty good. And I like this little putty brush because it's small, it's very dainty. I am afraid to ruin the vibes by doing too much coverage when it comes to foundation concealer, so I'm gonna try my hardest to keep it light coverage because I'm trying to go for like not natural, but like beachy type of look is what I'm going for right now. The sun shining through my window, feeling like, I don't know, I like my skin lately, so just like enhancing my skin is my goal today. So this is actually my first time in recent history. I may have used this years and years ago, but for me, this is my first time using this because I really don't remember how it went. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade 150 Alabaster. I don't know if it's going to match me or not. We're just gonna pump this out and see. We may not even be able to use it. We might have to use concealer for everything. That looks like something I can work with. First, I'm gonna put Light Peach, the Camo Hydrating Concealer, underneath my eye. Just a couple dots. And what I'm going to do for my whole face is basically work in small amounts until I'm happy with the coverage. So I'm going to pick up the foundation, which I've never even played with the texture of this foundation. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like. It looks a lot lighter than what I thought it would, so we may have to revisit the bronzer. Let's blend. We're covering some redness, and then the concealer is going to do a lot of the work under the eyes for the redness on my cheeks. I know it looks like a lot when I dot that much on my face, but they're like little dots. They're not thick. I didn't expect to like this foundation because I feel like it's been around for so long that like no one talks about it. I'm not sure why. In my head, I kind of got it confused with the Wet n Wild foundation too, just because the bottle kind of has a similar shape. And I know that that one for me kind of like smelled like paint. So I expected this one to smell like paint and it didn't. I feel like how a foundation applies to your nose can be very telling about its formula, and it just melted away. Like, it's not clinging to anything. It could be, you know, partially due to that primer being on my face for so long. So I would definitely recommend, if you pick up that primer, trying what I did. I left it on, you know, a good, you know, 5-10 minutes, maybe longer, because I'm filming. I would try that. Do your eye makeup while that primer sits. It seemed to really work. So I feel like it made my redness just look like blush, which I am going to be applying blush, so like I might end up looking too red in the end. The coverage I'm dealing with is something I'm very comfortable with. Completely forgot to use this brush, and this was something I'm very excited for, so maybe I'll apply my blush with it. This is the e.l.f. Precision Airbrush Blender. It reminded me of the Multitasker from Sigma, which is one of my faves. Let me see if it's in front of me. Mine's dirty, but this is the Multitasker from Sigma. Dupe, possibly. Let's get on to the brows because I'm really excited for the brows. First up, I do have a brow pencil. This is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and I picked mine up in the shade Neutral Brown. So I'm going to be using this for my brow spoolie. I'm going to brush up my hairs. I have a fuzzy. How long has this been here? I have a fuzzy, and I'm just going to fill in. See, I don't know if you guys can see. There's a little gappy right here. Ooh. this is a perfect match for me. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I trimmed my brows and I don't know what I'm doing, so it like didn't go well. We have two new brow products. We have the Soap Brow in clear, and we have the Brow Lift, which I'm definitely most excited for, which is hopefully a dupe for Anastasia's Brow Freeze. This feels like it might fall out of here. It will fall out. It is literally a bar of soap in a jar. Honestly, I don't think I've ever done soap brows before. So that's gonna be completely new for me. This is what I'm most excited for. This is the Brow Lift. It's all on one side because this was like chilling sideways in the bag, so it needs to be set flat to go back to normal, but I'm gonna use that spoolie on the other side of the brow pencil, even though that's kind of weird. This is just clean, so I'm gonna use this, and then I'll find another one to use for the soap brow. So I'm gonna dip into this gel, and just from experience, I'm gonna tell you it feels pretty similar. It might be a little more, not runny, but like smoother, a little easier to pick up than the Anastasia, which could be a good or bad thing. I'm not gonna know right away. So I picked it up. I'm gonna run it through this brow. This is my favorite brow, but I won't be biased. I run it through in an upward stroke motion. Oh my goodness, I think this is a straight up like perfect dupe. Honestly, wow. It feels comfortable and it doesn't feel crispy. It's not giving me a white cast. It's not, you know, looking gross or anything. So far so good. And it makes me feel like mad that Anastasia has a product like this that is so expensive. Let's read the instructions. The soap brow says apply using a spoolie bent around 90 degrees. Dampen the brush head with water and dip into the brow soap, working the soap into the brush on clean brows, brush up and out for desired shape. So I don't have a bent spoolie right now. I'm using this Patrick Ta one just because it's clean. I also personally am not going to be using water. I'm just going to spray my brush with some setting spray and just saturate, I guess, the bristles. So working on this brow, up and out. So I can feel that there's some product being placed. I would say that there's a product for everyone, basically. If you don't like your brows to be completely set, like you want them to be a little bit more fluffy and like lighter feeling, then maybe the soap brow is for you, but it's also not going to hold them in place as much as this one. I can already tell, like this brow over here is like, that's glued. This isn't glued, but it looks fine. Like they look similar, but you can see like the hair can move around. I think I prefer the gel one. Let's move on to some final touches. So for blush, I actually really love these monochromatic sticks. They're super, super affordable, like very cheap, but I was very impressed. I had a darker shade that I used in the winter. I think it was Sparkling Rose, I want to say. I was very impressed with the formula and the pigmentation. So I picked up the shade Glimmering Guava. So I'm just gonna do a couple dabs of this because I don't want to go too crazy with my blush because I do have some redness in my face today. So I'm gonna go one dot below my eye. And that is it. We're gonna buff it out with that cool new brush, just in a dotting motion, which is what I like to do for all creams. This brush is not as soft as the Sigma brush, but it does have a nice surface area to it, and I like the overall look of it, but it's a little more pokey. Just adding a little bit more warmth to the face. I know I already had some redness, but I don't think it looks bad. Then I do have options when it comes to highlighter because I do have the Jelly Pop highlighter behind me, and I also picked up the Daily Dew stick in the shade Cool Berry. This has pomegranate extract in it. This packaging is so summer, so spring, so summer. I'm obsessed. This is giving me like watery hydration stick kind of vibe. Maybe we'll do it down the nose, like just to be safe. So let's try it bridge in the nose. I know I have some shine there already, but we're gonna add. That is very wet looking. It's very natural, very subtle, but I do think it looks a little glassy. I'm gonna do the C around my eyebrow, just so gently. Oh yeah, that is gonna give you a glass-like dew. I don't know how long it's gonna last because it does kind of feel like a skincare product. Like, it really doesn't feel like your typical cream highlighter. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so cooling. I wonder if this would be a very good, like, no makeup day product to highlight with. I think it's taking a little bit of, like, my foundation off. It doesn't look bad, but I do think this is going to be more of, like, a skincare product. I really like it. I just don't think this is great for over face makeup. Let's try this one. I think this one is more, like, typical cream highlighter stick. So I'm going to go right over the blush area. Oh yeah, this one's more of a cream highlight, like it's meant to be a cream highlight. I don't know if that makes any sense. The other one is very like watery, kind of skincare-y. Oh my goodness, this glow stick is so pretty. This is what I love so much about doing a full face of one brand, you guys. I found so much good stuff so far. We're not even done. I'm just going to show you because there is more stuff in here. I have a Super Hydrate Moisturizer. Probably going to put this in my bedstand. I have a Dream On lip gloss from the Paradise collection. And then my final items are my lip choices. So I have a lipstick in the shade Nectar. It's the Seriously Satin lipstick. I think I'm going to skip out on this because this is new. It's the glossy lip stain in the shade Pinkies Up. And I think this is more my vibe today. Plus, I've really been enjoying like discovering new stuff. So we're going to try Pinkies Up. Okay, so I really don't know what this shade is going to look like. It's looking a little more cool toned than I thought. Let me swatch it. Ooh. It's a lip stain though, so I'm just gonna put it on and see what it does. Hopefully it's a little My Lips But Better color. Ooh, I like it. So this reminds me, you guys know the like Dior lip products that are going kind of viral right now? It reminds me of that. I actually really like that, and I think it's very on trend these days to have like a glossy lip stain. So I'm not fully done. I am gonna go back with the mini mascara and do my lower lashes real quick. I really think I found some incredible gems from e.l.f. today. So this is Lash It Loud, which is more of like a straight wand, which is what I typically enjoy. I'm just gonna hit my lower lashes. Not that I need to. These lashes that I have on are quite dramatic, but I like to just show that I've got some lashes down there. I like this mascara better than the other one. But that is it for today's video. I am very excited. I'm in a very good mood. I love what a good full face of makeup can do for me. I don't know if you guys are like that too, but I feel like I can take on so many projects right now, which is what I'm probably going to do. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely found some new favorites from e.l.f. I'm very, very pumped for that primer. Very impressed with it, and I would recommend it. I think it's going to be a great dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, and I think I might even like it a little better than the Jelly Pop, which was one of my favorites for a really long time. I'm sitting here trying to grab my favorites to share with you, but like there's so many. The e.l.f. Brow Lift I think is a dupe for the Anastasia. I really recommend it. I liked the putty bronzer and the putty bronzer brush. I'm super impressed. It's my first time using these bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. Very, very good, and I highly recommend them for $3. You absolutely cannot beat them. Obviously, the Power Grip Primer is my #1 favorite out of this video, and then I actually really loved the Jelly Pop Glow Stick, so I would say get it while it's still available if it is. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new here. I would love to have you as part of this community, and if you're not already, follow me on my other social media to keep up to date with me when I'm not posting over here. But hopefully I will see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Bye guys.